And we are live.
Good evening. Welcome to another scene for Asylum: The Rebirth. Tonight we are is a conclusion scene to the first part, welcoming the K Knights into Plymouth, Massachusetts. So we once again find them in and around the safe house, discussing their next steps.
Marie, for her part, has already taken some note paper out. She seems to be sketching down a couple of things, waiting for the others to come around. She hasn't unpacked in any way. Her stuff still in a bag or suitcase.
Just for reference points, you guys have got about 3 hours till 3.5 hours until sunrise at this point.
Okay, so we would be up at this point. Yep. Patricia will. She will be sitting in the corner of the room, and she's clearly thinking about something that is on her mind. She has the thousand mile stare as she looks out the window.
Damien, for his part, he's probably going to be somewhat close to his sibling, though, considering everything that they've been through tonight, he has his own suspicions about what's happened, but, figures that his sibling might have some interesting ideas on hand. He will kind of offhandedly look at what they're sketching on the notepad. If you allow.
Yeah, she doesn't scurry away or anything. She just does nod when he just looks at her and probably sits down. She just nods. She has written just a checklist. Map or maps? Question mark. How fast can we move? Like different things that she just needs to. It seems to be a mental checklist she's just written down. More than anything. And she just looks at her brother and she just says, well, we all agree that we can't stay here.
Patricia looks at like she seems to snap out of something before she looks at the. No, you know what? With her Volry rating, she probably wouldn't. Carry on.
Yeah, Damien kind of like softly nods his head. In the best case scenario, we can't stay here long. I mean, maybe a night at best, but...
Well, depending on how fast we can move with all of our crap, we need some way to map out exactly where we're going so we don't just walk out in the middle of nowhere blind. We need to have some sort of goal in mind and be relatively fast in getting in and settling in a new place. My suggestion is that whoever is there, we either kill or subdue.
Well, we don't need to go, well, surprisingly enough, violence isn't always the answer.
The optimal thing would, of course...
Well, you could always just ask me to change their mind.
Well, there is that. But the optimal would, of course, be an abandoned place.
Yeah.
While we could easily subdue them, that would be no problem. People tend to miss other people.
Patricia looks at the two others and says, "Abandoned warehouses should be aplenty in a city like this."
We want some comfort as well. But I suppose we could make an exception.
At least until we've gotten better settled.
We don't have a lot of time to, just go window shopping.
What was the, just out of character, what was the area in general? Was it like build up, or was it?
No,
like-
you're about 15 to 20 miles outside of the city proper. The
Okay.
area was rural, and the nearest house to you is probably about 5 miles away.
Hmm.
It's purposefully rural. It's purposefully out of the way.
Mm.
All right, so if we
5
Right.
miles with our backpack, all of our stuff, we should be able to do it. We don't
assuming
get
that
tired.
assuming that we can't just find ourselves a car.
That would be even easier. But
We are on a bit of a time constraint. Patricia, softly points out, we are not that far away from sunrise. A few hours, maybe.
I know. And that's why we
Yeah.
need to have a contingency plan. If we stay here, I suggest we sleep somewhere that is not immediately apparent. Perhaps under the floorboards in the basement, or somewhere that is non-accessible to the normal person.
You have noticed that the windows in this place have specially made shutters so that they are light-proof. That's something that you all would have noticed.
Patricia points that out and says, "Who knows if we will have this kind of protection anywhere else?"
Yeah, it's true, but those windows might be light-proof, but I doubt that they're shatterproof.
And I doubt they're going to stop anything if someone sets the building on fire.
Yeah.
Which is
Is
my
there a
main
basement?
concern.
Yeah, is there a basement in this place? Is the question.
Marie will get up and have a look.
Yep. Like most standard American two-story houses, it has a basement.
Yeah, Marie will begin to have a look at the basement, just to see what kind of state it's in.
And suddenly, where goes?
It's
Okay.
got wooden stairs that lead down. One of those pull cord lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really. It's an empty. At the moment, it's an empty room. The house smells. I don't know how to describe this. Do you know what I mean when I say the house smells new? Like the stuff in it it's obviously all the stuff in it is new, and it smells like it doesn't smell like decomposition or rot or
But it doesn't
dust
smell
or...
like someone has been living here. There is this distinct
No,
smell of someone living.
it doesn't smell like people have been living here. It feels like this might have been a show house, or just it's new and nobody's lived here, or it's
Or an
been...
empty office building or something like that.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the taint of people to it. You when you go into the basement, you don't see anything in particular. It's a room that's a basement, but it's just literally a room that's a basement. That's it.
Sure.
It's probably about 10 feet by 6 feet.
Is the floor wooden or concrete?
Concrete.
Right, figured as much.
There's one exit, which is the stairs you come down.
It's a thing to consider, but we'll be trapped down here.
Yeah, figures.
Well, Marie will go up the stairs again, and she will thoroughly search. She will just say, "I think we're staying here for the night, at least." As much as it.
Marie, no, sorry, carry on.
I was just saying that Patricia would nod, and she would look somewhat relieved, actually.
But we also need some sort of map, some sort of more general idea of the distances we need to cover and where we might likely get a car.
Well, the map thing, Patricia says, isn't that more or less just a matter of Googling it?
Yep,
Yeah, right. With what exactly?
the computer.
Do we have a computer? I thought everything was
Yep.
taken.
Yep. I said I pointed out in the or Ghost pointed out that the house has Wi-Fi access and computers. And
I
a phone.
I thought everything was taken. Ah, okay. Well, then it will be Google
And
Earth.
you do, and you have everything back that you had when you first went into the
Ah,
Containers.
into the asylum. So you have your cell phone, you have your credit cards, you have your debit cards.
oh,
You don't have a car or any car keys if you don't have one. But
oh, well, then it is at this point that Marie will just say, "I will just be a moment," and she kind of just matter of factly just changes clothing. She puts she essentially strips naked, quite matter of factly, puts on underwear and her own clothing. Very stylish, quite like a it's like a business suit ish. It's got a shirt and a jacket. It could be something that a man would wear. Could be, like a lawyer or something like that. And she just takes a few moments, just to, and she seems to be somewhat satisfied with this. And she's just, it's a fairly good suit actually. She just stands there for a moment, looking down. She says, "Now this is much better. Oh, I've been waiting to do this for years." Ah, nice. All right. Marie will sit down and look, and she will just say, "Well, so we have a couple of things to consider then. If we are close to, or maybe already on the border of someone else's, quote, territory, we shouldn't move that far if we are going to move. We are going to meet a Ductus. I'm led to believe that we should pay our respects, but do we wish to present her with a gift? This is something we have to consider. And we have to find transportation. I don't believe using our credit cards to rent a car would be the most optimal, but there might be ways around that.
Mhm. Well, we could always try and find ourselves maybe even a temporary ghoul. I mean, if nothing else, it might help us upgrade our living situation. As far
Are
as
you
the
thinking
gift,
of a local resident?
I'm not thinking of anyone in particular. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Very well.
As far as the gift is concerned, well, what exactly can we give as a gift?
I'm not certain.
Me neither.
I wished to bring it up. We might want to consider it. If not, well, then we should at least be very clear that we are under their authority and we respect them.
Right?
But there are limits to what I know. And I'm not entirely certain that I would be 100% sure that what we bring them is not irrelevant or maybe even seen as a sign of disrespect. So perhaps we should have the first meeting, get to know this person what we can, and then consider a gift later.
as you're discussing things, the landline, they don't call that in America, the home phone rings.
Patricia will like give it a little bit of a strange look and then pick it up.
Marie,
Hello?
Marie will interfere if you will let her.
Okay.
She just,
Sure. Go on.
she's may I?
Sure. Go on.
And she just picks up the phone, puts it to her ear, or takes the phone, and listens.
A voice on the end of the phone that you don't recognise. It's kind of a raspy voice. It just says, "Do you like scary movies?" I'm guessing one of you is listening. It's a crisp British accent of a guy. Make a confirmation noise. I can have the house watched if you prefer.
We can work something out. I'm sure we can both act responsible.
Interesting. My name is Samuel. I'm your liaison with the Sabbat.
Very well.
I hope that...
Who is it?
Marie is going to be a bitch and not act on that at all. Because...
he says, I hope that you are accommodated and that our independent contractor has furnished you with a correct abode.
So far, I don't have any complaints.
Good. Are you the pack chief? Are you the leader of this particular pack?
That is correct.
Very well. You hear him rustling with papers. I'm going to be coming along to see you tomorrow evening at 10 p.m. I will need to brief you on a few things before you come to the meet. The meet will be held down at the docks. The Ductus will be there. So I recommend that you bring your whole pack in the best form possible.
Understood.
There's a gentleman with me at the moment who says that he's a member of your pack. But I'll bring him with me
Describe him.
tomorrow. He turns around. You hear him say something in Russian, and then the person replies in Russian. If Obi were here, he would know who it was. But he says, I'll bring him along tomorrow.
I see. Does this person have a name?
Dimitri.
Would I recognize that name?
You have seen it on the records as a guard, not as a patient.
Okay. She just give me one moment. She holds a hand over the phone. The liaison for the local, well, the doctors. A meeting is taking place tomorrow at 10. We need everyone there.
Cool.
Takes place at the docks. And then she removes her hand and just listens again.
I'll be expecting you to have everything sorted, including vehicles, and it's recommended you bring food. So we can't be expected to provide for all of you. There's over 16 packs in this city alone. But
Tomorrow, excuse me, We are to provide food tomorrow or at
Yes.
the meeting? For how many people exactly?
For yourselves. A few others wouldn't go amiss.
I understand.
I hear you. There was some trouble on your way in.
The independent contractors were surveilled. There was handling of it. I do not believe we were followed to our current location.
From my intelligence tells me that it was rival gangs of ghosts.
Well.
Nothing to worry yourself too much about, but be on your guard. There are cameras in the city. They don't know who you are yet, nor would they.
Well, they soon will.
Have a very good evening.
May I have your name?
He gave it at the beginning. His name's Samuel.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I apologize. I'll see you tomorrow.
They call me Black Sam.
Noted.
I'm sure you'll hear about it in time. Oh, the Russian is speaking. Good evening. And then he just puts the phone down.
Marie hangs up the phone.
So, I take it that wasn't a cold call.
Marie goes over and just the first thing she does is write down a couple of lines on her paper.
Damien watches as she's writing out.
She said it says "get blood," and Samuel parentheses Black Sam.
Yeah, Damien indicates, look at that. Black Sam. Sounds like a white guy from New England.
The storyteller laughs.
Somewhat appropriate.
It's kind of ironic considering that Damien's like Irish and Italian mix.
So,
where do you think the name Lundy comes from? Anyway,
we need to get our own food supply for the meeting tomorrow. It takes place at the harbor, but apparently we are to bring food. That shouldn't be a problem, but still.
No, I don't think.
And transport.
They're putting a lot on us in a single night, aren't they? Oh well. They put us in this situation. I guess we'll just have to do what we can with what we got.
On
Are we
Google
splitting
Earth.
jobs up again, or?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Are we splitting up duties for this one on the one we get up tomorrow?
Well, she looks at her watch. How much time would you say we have?
About 2 hours.
And
about 3 hours. Like.
how long would it take to run/walk to some of the nearest places around here?
If you walked through the terrain, maybe, yeah, you could probably get there in an hour. If you knew where you were going.
We could kidnap some people, but my idea would be to have blood food gathered on the same night. That would give less time for anyone who misses those people to contact police or otherwise. We should secure a car tonight. I don't know if this is within your field of expertise, Mr. Lundy, but
well, it depends what you want me to do.
Get a car.
Not a problem. The only question is, if we're going to be getting the car, where are we going to be storing it?
I don't remember seeing a garage.
There isn't a garage. It's just a driveway. It's a driveway big enough for about 3 cars.
What are the chances that it would be found in the middle of the day?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it's about bicycle clip time.
I'm not entirely sure what you mean.
I mean that if someone... You've never actually stolen a car before, have you?
No.
Well, you ask me no questions, I tell you no lies. But, long story short, whenever a car gets stolen, when the authorities get told that it's stolen, an APB get sent out. Typically, they'll just give a brief description, but sooner or later, someone's going to notice it, unless it's been stored, i.e., in a garage. So, if we want to get transport, I think we've got to do it on the night. That means we'll probably have to go to one of these nearby houses, farms.
Or we convince someone to borrow us their car for a little while.
That would work also. The question is, we're working on very limited time right now.
That's true.
I mean, there's 2 ways that we can go about this. I can convince, air quotations, them, or I can just hotwire the thing.
If we're doing it tonight, if we're moving out soon, I would suggest convincing would be the best option.
Yeah, I would say
In that
so.
way that we will have little time a lot of time before it is in any way reported stolen. So, brother, should we go acquire some transportation?
Why not?
Mark, pleasingly, this place, unlike the asylum, isn't teeming with ghosts.
Patricia's
It's actually
No, go on,
really,
sorry.
it's actually really peaceful here.
Patricia has a smile Patricia has a smile on her face that none of them have seen before, probably because she looked tense all the time they were in the asylum. This is pretty nice, she says out of nowhere.
Well, while I agree, it is have a rustic charm and
It's
certain serenity.
And it's quiet, she says with a grin. It's not so crowded as the other place.
But we don't have time to appreciate the aesthetic beauties of this place. Are you going to assist us? Or will you work on something here?
For fuck's sake. Of course I'm going to assist, she says. What else would I do?
Why is Mark whispering, for fuck's sake?
Because you can't say no.
Yeah, and I basically have nothing to do. So,
Yeah.
Come on, come with us and get in trouble. Yoo-hoo! Sorry.
Yes, you probably are the only person here who may or may not have obfuscate.
Anyways, the 3 amigos will soon be on their way.
Okay.
The
How do
3
you wanna
banditos, you mean?
Where do you want to go?
Obviously. Marie will have clocked some of the closest farmhouses or places
Yeah,
on
I
Google
mean,
Maps.
it's you can see. I mean, it's the 21st century. You can see the city lights, and the road leading up to the well, it's not a farm. The road leading up to the house that you are on is connected to a main highway. And then it's sort of or you can go further into this. What you could assume is probably a suburb, or like a rural village.
Hmm.
There's not a lot of houses. It's not built up. It's like more like the sort of place that people would have holiday homes, I suppose. You know, outside the city, quiet, nice new houses, new builds.
All right. Marie will just probably let Damien take the lead.
Okay. I'm just looking at my sheet. Yeah, Damien's probably going to look for an appropriate. If there isn't a vehicle already present in.
Not in the house, no.
Well, not obviously not in the house.
No, not outside the house. There isn't. But all the vehicles that came with you drove off again.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we're gonna. I suppose we'll just have to go to try and look in some garages. I suppose.
I mean, the highway's closer than the houses, but it's up to you. You've got two choices. It'd probably take you. I mean, it depends how. If I mean, you're vampires, you can run and not get fatigued.
Obviously.
I'd say probably 40 minutes to run to the next house. 30, 40 minutes.
Right,
It's a
and
few
you say
miles
we've got
away.
like what? Right, so you're saying that we got like what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Right, so that basically means that running to and from there would take us about an hour and a half. Doesn't leave us a lot of time to. Yeah, in the worst case scenario, it doesn't leave us a lot of time to sort ourselves out. If worse comes to worse.
If worse comes to worse and you don't find a car, now you might be in trouble.
I'm sorry, I completely blanked out on that. You say that we have 2 hours, right?
Yeah. If worse comes to
And
worse.
it's 45 minutes. 45 minutes to the next house, right?
On foot, yeah. It'll probably be about
Okay.
15, 20 minutes by car.
Okay. I'm just saying, if we don't find a car there, then that makes it 1.5 hours to and from.
I mean, it depends how much of a douchebag you think I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh no, you get all the way there with 10 minutes to spare. You don't find a car. Goodbye. This has been the end of this game.
No, it has been the end of these characters.
Yeah. No. It's more or less to give you a choice about whether you want to
And
go.
how far is the highway then?
Probably about 10-15 minute walk.
Yeah. Well, what do we expect when we go to the highway? We're just going to be putting our thumbs out, trying to hitchhike like a bunch of twats.
Maybe.
Fuck it, no guts, no glory. Let's go to the house.
All right. You guys want to go to the house with him?
Yeah, I think we'll be running.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can run. It's not pitch black dark. There are street lamps along the way and a few signs. If you follow the road.
Does the road have yellow bricks?
Follow the yellow brick road. No.
God damn it, Mark.
It's just as you get about when you've been running for about 25 minutes, you can see some lights in the distance, which tell you that there's a few houses, sort of spaced apart. None of the houses in this district are right up next to each other, They've all got quite a lot of space in between. Yeah, so after about 40 minutes of running, you come upon a house which is almost identical to yours. It looks a little bit older. There's a mailbox outside. A driveway that leads down. So when you come upon it, you come to a mailbox at the top of a drive, and then a driveway that leads down towards a house. The mailbox is Byers. B-E-Y.
Mailbox says what?
Byers, the surname.
Ah.
B-E-Y-E-R-S.
Do you want to do the talking, or?
Of course. What do you take me for?
It's about 4 a.m. So.
Still wake up.
About 3:30 a.m.
Yeah. The question is, what do we want to go with our angle on this one? Concerned citizen? Door-to-door salesman?
Not at 4 a.m.
Of course. Being
I'm gonna
sarcastic.
just make a quick roll real quick in Discord.
Marie will just look at you. I would probably not well, I would be somewhat cold. You could say that I have passed out. And you need help with me?
That's true. I mean, you have stopped breathing, of course.
Exactly. I don't look. She just looks at you, and it's because she has plus of health, so she doesn't look death, like, totally, but still a bit cold, and still doesn't breathe.
Don't need to worry about the masquerade and spat, guys. It's fine.
The question is,
Ooh.
what role does young Patricia here play? Or can you find some way to not be seen?
How loudly are you guys talking, by the way? Are you whispering?
Whispering.
Yeah, just whispering.
Okay.
Either she's your girlfriend, or she's hiding.
What? Who's hiding?
You.
I'm hiding?
You're either hiding, or you're pretending to be Damien's girlfriend. Whatever the case, do so now.
Fine. She will walk around the bushes and go into obfuscate.
Mark, make me a perception alertness roll, please.
6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
You know that dogs live here.
Okay.
When you go into the bushes, you find
Droppings.
dog shit and bones and a couple of toys.
Can I hide somewhere else?
Yeah, you can move.
Yeah, I move to another bush that doesn't have dog shit in it.
Okay.
Well, this is a good enough time.
And Villebrand will just look at him and just nod, and she won't lie down, but she will just expect to be carried almost.
Yes, which Damien will. He's got enough potence and physical strength overall to hold her in his arms. So even after insert joke here, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Then he'll take to hurrying his way up the path.
Okay. You get down to the bottom of the path. There's a saloon car, as they call it. Maroon colour saloon car. Parked outside. Just the one car. All the houses, all the lights in the house are off. It's pretty silent at the moment.
Yeah, Damien's going to he's going to go straight up to the front door and, just knock on the door quite frantically. He's mentally going to have an idea in his head.
You hear dogs barking. 2 dogs. The light upstairs comes on. And the window opens and a guy in his early 40s. Just at the moment you can see he's wearing just a vest and probably boxer shorts. And he's got sort of messy hair and glasses on. He goes, "What? What do you want?"
Hi, sir. I'm sorry to bother you at such an early time of the morning. I need to use your phone. My girlfriend has suddenly had an onset of anaphylaxis, and I have I need an ambulance right now.
Okay, hang on. He grabs his cell phone.
Do you have a sofa for me to put her on?
Yeah,
I don't
hang
know.
on. Hold on. You hear him just sort of like coming down. Some lights go on inside. He opens the door. But when he opens the door, you can see that he's like on his cell phone. He said, "Hello, operator."
Give me the phone, sir. And he'll use dominate to emphasize that. I believe that's. Would that be a command or number 2? I forget what it was called.
If it's more than one word, it's 2.
Okay, so 4, 6. All right, hang on. I'm just going to get the coding right. It's roll.
It's an exclamation point instead of a slash, but
Yeah. Whatever is depending on his willpower, that's 1 success minimum.
Yeah, you got 1 success.
Okay.
He stops what he's doing. What was the command? Give me the phone.
Give me the phone.
He reluctantly, really slowly, gives you the phone.
Thank you. Can you help take my girlfriend onto the sofa, please?
He bends down. You can hear upstairs there's some dogs like jumping up at a door. Where they've been shut into a room. He picks Marie up.
Okay, thank you. Has she stopped breathing again?
I don't know, man. I took some sleeping pills and he puts his fingers on her neck. Do you call an ambulance?
I'm doing it right now. But I've got to stabilize her as much as possible. She just keeps on stopping breathing and then starting breathing again unless I keep an eye on her. It's not the first time I've seen this thing before.
He's gonna make a hash attempt at CPR.
When he gets down close, Marie is gonna spring into action and she's gonna bite him.
Okay.
I'm assuming that she can do it.
I'll roll something real quick, just to be fair. Not he's surprised, so I'm gonna say yeah. Make me a strength brawl.
Well, we didn't know that this guy is actually Bruce Lee's kindred spirit, so he's gonna like just demolish me
Not really.
now. And that is with the fortitude, right? Yeah, potence.
Potent? No, he's not doing anything anyway. Yeah, carry on.
For me, it's the extra. Wow. Okay, I have 4 successes.
He does struggle. You can tell that he struggles. But once you get onto him and you bite him, he stops struggling.
Oh yeah, I rolled in the wrong one. I rolled in general, but oh well. Okay. Yeah. She begins to drink from him.
How much do you want to take?
2 blood points.
Okay.
We need this guy not dead, not at the moment. But enough for the kiss to set in. So he is.
He slumps on top of you.
As soon as she's done that, she will just put him on the sofa and get up, and she'll just say, "Oh, part 1 is done. He'll be out for a while."
Yeah, though I'm pretty sure I fucked up with the whole anaphylaxis stuff. I mean, you're the doctor, aren't you? Is anaphylaxis the thing where you have like sudden death syndrome, or is that just kind of like a...
No, anaphylactic shock would make me hyperventilate and become pale, but it
Guys, you hear a panel, well, you hear a bang, and then the scrabbling of claws.
would... fuck. Marie will see if there's something here she can use as a melee weapon.
Not really. You're in a living room right now. It's like a TV and a sofa and a table. You can use the table.
Marie is gonna go out into the kitchen.
Coming down the stairs are 2 dogs.
Isn't there a door we can close?
Yeah, you can close the door.
Yeah, Marie will just close the door there.
The dogs jump and bark and growl. Dogs tend to have a sixth sense when something's happened to their master.
Yeah, anything happening to their master is cause for a great taking concern from any
and you're vampires, and neither of you have the inoffensive to animals merit.
Or animal ken.
And they're going fucking nuts.
I have enough animal ken to know to stab them, and then stab them some more.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
stab them with what?
I'm presuming that they're not I'm presuming that they're not just sufficiently aggravated chihuahuas.
No, well, they're Labradors. They're fairly big, but they're not.
Yeah, but Damien knows enough to know the difference between big dog and small dog.
Yeah, they're fairly big dogs. I mean, Labradors aren't the biggest dogs in the world, but they're big-ish.
Aren't Labradors also basically like, oh, human in my house? Okay, hi human.
Yeah, but they're vampires and they don't have the inoffensive to animals, and
yes,
there's that.
Yeah.
All right. Can you go to the kitchen and find something?
Foot on the door as well, just to prop it temporarily, just to stop them from like somehow breaking down this door. If these doggos are somehow sufficiently concerned to have potence temporarily.
They're not potent doggos, but they are jumping the heck out the door. Little bits of wood are chipping.
Find something to kill them with. Can we get to the kitchen?
Are you sure that killing them's the answer? I mean, we do kind of need to make sure that this guy doesn't remember that we're here, and we'd rather have least evidence possible.
Well, how do we do this?
Maybe just put a chair on the door.
Fair enough. Yeah, put a chair on the door.
Okay.
She's gonna go over and search this guy real quick for car keys.
He's wearing boxers and a vest. And he has an erection because you gave him the kiss.
Well, she's a doctor. She's a doctor. She's used to this sort of thing.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
not wearing clothes that have the keys.
Oh,
He
she's
was in
gonna
bed.
search the area. Just we need to get to the bed area.
Not a problem.
And
I've got a
meanwhile,
better solution. Oh, sorry, carry on. Okay.
I was just going to say, meanwhile, Patricia's outside looking around the house to see if there's anything they need to be aware of.
You can see the dogs going nuts. The door. They didn't close the front door, so the front door is open.
Mm.
And you can see that these dogs have come down the stairs. And they're barking. They haven't noticed you because you're an obfuscate.
Mm. Yep.
They're going nuts at the door.
But the door is holding.
For the minute, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Damien, for his part, will have the ingenious idea of going over to the guy and see. Well, obviously, dominate requires eye contact, right?
Yeah, he's kind of passed out right now.
Right. His eyes are closed, so
Yeah.
Damien will open them.
They're rolled in a way that, when someone's asleep,
Mm-hmm.
like they're kind of rolled, they're sort of rolled a bit. He's really groggy.
But it could sufficiently work, even if it probably would be at a slightly higher difficulty. Maybe. I'm grasping at straws here, I know, but that's all I got.
Maybe. I think the person has to be looking at you and somewhat conscious. I don't know whether it works on unconscious people. I don't think so.
I don't recall seeing anything. I mean, I could always open up the V20 book if you wanted to, but as I recall...
Or, I mean, the storyteller has just told us...
Yeah, it's the storyteller's discretion, so really...
At the moment, he's unconscious.
Alright, fair enough.
The person has to be looking... For dominate to work, the person has to be looking you in the eye.
Right, well, that balls that idea up then. We're going to have to go upstairs to get the...
He's alive and breathing, He's just...
Yes, I know, but he's
asleep.
unconscious, Okay. Well, so... How are we going to get upstairs?
Marie's gonna find a kitchen knife in the kitchen,
Okay.
and she's going to see if there's anywhere he's around, a door up somewhere.
There's a door to the backyard.
Yeah, she's just gonna. Is there a window one can jump out of?
Yeah.
She's just gonna jump out the window then,
Okay.
and see if there is a way upstairs that is not mined with doggos.
You can climb it.
Hey, what's the worst that could happen? I could fall on my ass and look stupid.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is you could fall and botch and accidentally stake yourself.
There is that.
But just don't botch. When you roll dex athletics.
Yeah. And I don't get anywhere. It's not a botch since I have a 10.
You can't seem to get a grip at the moment. You know it's possible, but you try and climb, your feet slip a bit.
Do you want me to have a go, sister?
And she just points in, didn't you bring him? Oh, well.
He's unconscious.
Yeah, we should bring him anyway. We could take him along for food.
Yeah, we could do that.
Don't worry, I'll get him. You
Patricia-
take the keys.
Patricia, what are you doing?
I'm still outside because there isn't really anything for me to do, and since I can't really do anything except for what I'm being told, there's
Well, you
really
can. It's not a
nothing.
blood bond. You can do what you want.
You
Okay.
can do whatever you want.
You can do what, Mark. You can do whatever you want. The Viniculum is not the same as a blood bond. It's not. She doesn't dominate you.
Well, in that case, I'll. Okay. Is there? And I assume there's no car or anything outside.
There is a car. Yeah, the car's outside.
Okay. Is it open?
I
assume not. But
no, it's not.
Yeah.
If you want to make a, do you have larceny?
Nope.
Perception alertness, diff 7.
Fuck. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's one success.
You can tell it's probably not alarmed.
It might be slightly agitated.
It's yeah. It's kind of an old car, like maybe 1980s.
Mm. Can I roll to? Can I stick a bobby pin in it just for the lols?
Yeah, if you want.
Here goes nothing.
And for Damien's part, depending on whether his specialty applies, that's either 1 success or 2 successes.
Yeah, as I was about to say, depending on how what the difficulty is, that's either no success or 1 success.
What I can't see.
7 and 3.
You start to jimmy it. You figure that if you carry on for a bit, you can probably get it. Maybe.
Gonna do that. Roll again.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the doctor has takes the guy with her.
Okay.
In his undershorts with his.
And that's a botch.
You pin breaks. Yeah, where are you taking him?
Well, it's just one guy. Actually, she's not going to go in after him just yet. Need the things first. She's going to wait to see if someone brings cars or keys or something.
Yeah, Damien's with that at least 1 success. He's probably. Well, he would have tried to climb up into what he presumes to be the bedroom.
Yeah, takes you a few minutes, but you get up there.
Yeah, he's not been translating Assassin's Creed into real life. Isn't an easy thing. Parkour shits for the birds.
You're in a bedroom. It's quite obviously a single guy's bedroom. The car keys are on the like his clothes are crumpled up on the floor, and his wallet and his keys are on the bedside table.
Right, nabbing them both.
Okay.
And then we're coming back down to earth.
And as you get down, Marie will look at you. And she just says, I don't know where Patricia is, but get the car ready. The dogs might notice that I move them. So if they move them, I'm just going to jump in the car and get out of here.
Yeah, sure.
And she will go in, get whoever he is. Just take him over her shoulders and gonna move out with him.
All right, he's gonna wake up when he's picked up. like properly. He's gonna come to, and he's gonna struggle.
And Marie is going to say, relax, with a smile to him.
Hang on a minute, I've just rolled this wrong.
What is dominant 1?
Intimidation plus manipulation.
What? Why isn't it letting me do it?
That is 3 successes.
Okay. Be right back. Toilet calls.
I think you have to say roll instead of R. You can't just write R. You have to write roll.
Oh, right. He starts pounding on your back. It does hurt a bit. But when you say relax, he slumps.
Hmm.
He doesn't go unconscious again, but he just closes his eyes.
Hmm.
You can tell he's a bit heavier now. Not that it really affects you with potence, but
Well, still. There's penalties for that.
there is. And what are you doing with him?
She's gonna when the others are ready, or when she gets out, she's gonna chuck him in the car.
Are you climbing out the window with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at this time, I'm thinking that the others will be, well, at least her brother.
You can see that Patricia's at the car trying to open it.
Oh, okay.
Back.
Oh, I muted myself apparently.
That lock is fucked now. You can't get anything in it.
Yeah, as I was saying while I was muted, you can't drop anything inside the car because it's not open.
It will be soon.
Yes, it will be, as Damien brings back the keys. What's inside the wallet, by the way?
$40, driver's license, card, bank card, membership card to what looks like a strip club. Picture of the guy's mother, you assume?
Mm-hmm. Could be his girlfriend.
The woman looks about 60. Could be his girlfriend.
Yeah. I know.
We're a little too north in the U.S. for that to be a real concern, honestly.
You'd be surprised, good sir.
Yeah.
You'd be
Well,
surprised.
yeah.
We're on the coast.
I'm not sure, but okay. Anyways, people are gonna pack into the car, I think,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
and yeah, they're gonna drive off.
What are you doing with this guy? Before we wrap the scene up for the minute.
I think, unless anyone else would object, rewriting his memory would be the most expedient thing. Yes?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
Okay, just make me those rolls, Jason. It's dominate 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember the coding and the dice pool that I used for this. Oh yeah, it's wits subterfuge.
Yep.
Okie dokes.
Diff 5. Don't doubt.
Okay.
He's fairly compliant, just because he's quite
Okay.
weak. He's had blood taken from him, so.
Okay, I'll spend a will for this one just to be sure. Yeah, I'm pretty certain with that number of successes, we can rewrite. We can give any story
Okay,
that we'd
what
like.
what do you want to tell him?
I just basically want him to completely forget what happened. He didn't get a knock on his door. He didn't get bitten by vampires. He didn't get kidnapped. per se.
Hmm.
He knows has just be he's just been asked by let's just say, considering we have this picture here, that this old woman who we're presuming is his mother told him that some friends of hers needed a lift into town, and that he's to pick them up at around let's say about 9 in the evening, and just take them to where they need to go.
Okay.
Good enough?
I guess. I
I
mean,
mean, with five successes, I imagine that. Actually,
Yeah,
no, you said D5, didn't you? So right.
tell you what, just PM me what you're gonna program into his head.
Okay.
Oh, and FYI, it was the meeting. He was coming around at 10, so it's probably a little bit later than that. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
Well, that will conclude this particular segment of the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Till next time.
We need.
Kane is a squick.